The ingredients we'll need for this recipe are 6 eggs, 2 large tomatoes, 1 large onion, 3 cloves of garlic, olive oil, basil, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, salt and pepper, matzo and cheddar cheese, and optional hot sauce. Start by dicing up the tomatoes. This will help them render during the cooking process. Wipe off your board. Next, remove a few garlic cloves and smash them with either your hand or the back of a knife. This makes them easier to peel, but it also releases the oils within the cloves. Finally, chop up the garlic. You can use more or less depending on your preference. Peel and chop the onions. Start by cutting off the ends and cutting them in half, removing the skin. This makes them easier to chop up afterwards. Crack the eggs and add them to a bowl. The reason I use a bowl is that it makes the egg shells easier to retrieve in a bowl than while cooking in a pan. I also remove the broken egg yolks if one happens to break. I then clean off and disinfect my board after getting some eggs on it. I grate some cheese. I use a mix of cheddar and matzo. I like the medium to old cheddar for sharpness and some matzo for subtle taste and a nice stretch. Add extra virgin olive oil to a cast iron pan over medium-high heat. Add in the garlic and the onions and cook until transparent, making sure not to burn the garlic. Add in the tomatoes and season them with salt and pepper. The salt will help the tomatoes to render. Turn on the broiler while your sauce is thickening and cook down the tomatoes until you can run a spatula down the middle without the juices running too fast into the sides. You don't want to overcook them. Tap down the sauce spread evenly and add in the eggs, making sure to distribute the yolks equally throughout the pan and making sure the egg whites cover all of the sauce. And season the eggs with salt and pepper. Cover with a lid, pizza pan, or cooking sheet. This will allow the steams to cook the eggs. You can cook them to your desired consistency. Next, add in the cheese, making sure to sprinkle them all over the pan. Season with a bit of basil. Put the cast iron skillet under the broiler and allow the cheese to melt, making sure you don't overcook the eggs. Remove from the broiler and let the dish cool for 5 to 10 minutes to allow the juices to cool down. This dish can be served for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I serve this simply with some buttered toast. It can be served as a main dish or as a side. Enjoy.